Holy crap, a Horror Nights 34 Spec Map came out of nowhere. Plus you can get some free Disney food and a Universal coaster will be taking its last ride. This is your theme park news for the week of January 2nd. 2025, can you believe it? A new year, new possibilities. Disneyland is ready to celebrate its 70th birthday. Disney World is teasing an infinite world of possibilities. And Universal is about to make it an epic year. But what about now? What's happening right now? I'll give you a hint. Not much. Let's jump into headlines. Horror Nights Nightmares released their first super early Universal Halloween Horror Nights Spec Map for the 2025 event. The map revealed 5 symbols presented without context to get fans speculating on what houses might be at HHN 34. These spec maps are a combination of leaks, sources, and inside information. Of course, anything this early in the game is scheduled to change or, well, just be flat out wrong. So, just have fun with the speculating and don't put too much thought or anger into them. Early guesses include Beetlejuice, Terrifier, M3gan, Last of Us Part 2, The English Patient, My Dinner with Andre, 60 Minutes, and the most infamously scary IP of all time, IKEA. Trust me, there is nothing scarier than being attacked by a Maum and a Gromlin. Recently, construction permits filed by Universal have revealed the code names of this year's houses, and the theme is flowers. If you don't know, every year Universal uses code names for all of their houses so that they don't have to use the actual names and completely blow the surprise. It would be really dumb to do that. The names are Lily, Carnation, Daisy, Tulip, Iris, Jasmine, Poppy, Snapdragon, Violet, and Poinsettia. By my count, that makes 10, so that should be all of the Orlando houses. No idea if these are clues, but feel free to speculate wildly in the comments below. Honestly, always feel free to speculate wildly in the comments below, no matter what it is. It's been rumored, but now we have confirmation that the Rip Ride Rockit is closing for good at Universal Studios Orlando. The coaster's last day will be sometime in September 2025. Park fans are already throwing out IP that they hope will serve as the new attraction where the Rip Ride Rockit used to be. Everything from Fast and Furious to Minions to Ghostbusters has been mentioned. What do you think will succeed the Triple R? Let me know down in the comments. Me personally, I think they're going to bring in a Steamboat Willie coaster. It's in the public domain, right? Would there be a move bolder than just building a public domain Mickey Mouse ride? I wouldn't get anyone sued at all. Well, hold on, guys. It's just coming in. I've just been sued by Disney. A Disney lawyer just said, sorry, don't even bring that up. We're suing you. You'd think that they would be better than that. This is what happens when I have to improv. Hey, who wants a free meal? The free dining deal is returning to the Walt Disney World Resort when you buy select vacation packages. You have to book a vacation by February 10th, and it's available for vacations May 27th through June 26th. And July 7th through August 6th. So go ahead and check the website for exact dates and details, because what am I, here to do all the reading for you? I don't do that. Me, I never do these dining deals because when I'm on vacation, I just put all my dinners in a huge sack and then just carry it around with me. Also, my vacations are just me riding the rails hobo style, so it's probably best not to take my advice on anything. So I guess my advice would be don't take my advice on anything. This is just all bad advice. Guys, here's the thing. I know that this new Lego Diagon Alley set isn't based on the version in Universal Studios Orlando, but that's not going to stop me from putting it on a table and then shoving my face right into it and just pretending that I'm there. This could be a game changer. I can probably just recreate the entire park in Lego and get rid of my annual pass. Just me, alone, with my Lego Universal Orlando Resort. Hey, wait, at that point, I really just need to develop some sort of shrinking ray, and my life is set. I guess the takeaway from this news story is that with enough imagination and complete disregard for the laws of physics and reality, you can make all of your dreams come true. Also expect a future story involving me being destroyed by a homemade shrink ray. Bluey is joining Disney World and Disneyland this year, as well as making her debut this month on Disney Cruise Lines leaving from Australia and New Zealand. Specifics on how the characters will be appearing in the parks will be released in the coming months. And related news, I just found out that Bluey is a female dog that stars in an animated Australian TV show that is probably available on Disney+. I guess we're all learning new things today. I got an email from Universal announcing that Islands of Adventure is getting a year-round exclusive Passholder entrance. I wrote this with the note, only use in case of a slow news week. And here I am, using it. I think this speaks to the level of news out there right now. Now, I recently popped out a video with some of my favorite nerdy Disney facts. Let's take a look at a few of them in today's feature, Nerd Alert! Walt Disney World was the place to be when it opened in the 1970s, and not just for millions of families. A surprising number of pop culture touchstone events happened right on the grounds of the world-famous resort. The Beatles broke up in 1970, but the official dissolution papers weren't drawn up until 1974. George, Paul, and Ringo were on hand to sign, or had already signed in the case of Ringo Starr, but there was one band member who wasn't present, John Lennon, who explained to lawyers that the stars just weren't right. Which really makes me wish I had a decent Liverpool accent I could use. I don't, I can't do accents. What was the right time for John Lennon? That would be December 29th, 1974. But more important to this video is the place, the Polynesian at Walt Disney World. With the signing of those documents, the Beatles officially ended. And it all happened on Disney property. But that's not the craziest pop culture moment that had occurred at the newly opened resort. A year previous, in November of 1973, then President Richard Nixon agreed to do a question and answer session with reporters from the Associated Press regarding his involvement in the Watergate scandal. And it happened at the Contemporary Resort. That's right. The famous "I am not a crook" speech was delivered from that hotel's ballroom of the Americas. By the mid-70s, Walt Disney World had witnessed 2 deaths. One being the end of arguably the most famous band of all time, and the other being the political death of one of the most infamous American presidents of all time. And it all happened right there on the monorail line. Everyone knows that Walt Disney determined that the average person would walk 30 feet before abandoning a search for a trash receptacle and deciding to just dump whatever trash they were holding straight on the ground. But that's not the only trashy fact out there. At the time of Disneyland's opening, trash cans were typically round and open at the top, but that didn't work for Walt, who was obsessed with cleanliness in his new park and knew that those cans would spill over and smell like, well, garbage. So he covered his cans and added a swinging lid, an innovation that has become commonplace today. Out of sight, out of mind. Sadly, everyone told Disney that the idea was too stupid to patent, which just means that there's one less thing out there that Disney owns. Plus, those Disney cans are fun to look at, which is completely by design. The colorful trash cans are themed and painted not just to match their surroundings, but to entice you to use them. Hey look, I'm throwing out this empty popcorn box and I'm loving it! Psychologically manipulating guests to be eco-friendly. The Magic Kingdom was also the first place in the US to use an AVAX, or Automated Vacuum Assisted Collection System, if you're nasty. A trash collection device from Sweden that uses these huge vacuum tubes that move trash around from the park to one central collection point. At any given time, an average of 80,000 pounds of garbage are moving under your feet as you frantically run to make that next Lightning Lane reservation. Those trash facts will be great next time you're enjoying an Epcot meal on top of a can. Disney works really hard on their theming. It's one of the things that sets the Disney resorts apart from almost every park on the planet. But sometimes, there are things that they have to add in plain sight that they just don't want you to see. Let me drop an example on you. You're in Fantasyland, surrounded by a magical mix of fairy godmothers, princesses, and a very randy Gaston. Everything is amazing, except for this giant electrical box that's the real source of all the magic. Sorry, pixie dust. We're gonna need raw megawatts. Disney doesn't want you focusing on that. They want to maintain the illusion of Fantasyland. To help with that, they formulated their own shade of green that helps erase and camouflage construction walls, backstage buildings, anything that might draw your attention and break the illusion. Combined with greenery, they formulated a palette full of brown, gray, and green hues that the human eye naturally wants to ignore. There's also a go-away blue that they use to blend large show buildings into the sky. It's why the gigantic Cosmic Rewind show building isn't more of a huge eyesore when walking around Epcot. Bonus fact, the shade of blue used in Florida is different than the shade that is used in California to reflect the natural differences between the sky coloring. If you want to see that full video, then you can do it at this link here that I've embedded somewhere up there. I really think that 2025 is going to be an awesome year to be a parks fan. We've got so much to look forward to, and no matter what else is happening in the world, we can always fall back on the magic of these theme parks that we love. Go plan a trip. Go discuss your fandom. And start to get excited for everything that's going to be coming in the year ahead. Happy New Year's, guys. See you next week. Oh, I always do like a funny outro, like a funny thing that, like, oh, I'm doing something with my hands. Or you know what? I don't have anything. I don't have an outro. I guess we just, how do I end it? I don't know how to end it without a funny outro. If I had a big button here or something that I could press that would just end the show, but I don't know how to do that. I don't have anything. There's nothing here. This is a prop. This isn't even real. It's from IKEA.